Hello, my dear students. Myself Sheikh Gulnaz. Now I am here with the topic continuation of important dynasties of South India for the student of 6th standard. Students, in previous classes we have learned about many South India's dynasties. Now let us continue this chapter by the next dynasty, that is next empire, Rashtrakutas. So here students, in the previous class we have discussed about the empire of Cholas. So next we have that is Rashtrakutas. It is also a South India's dynasty. When Chalukya's empire declined, Rashtrakutas' reign started. After the decline of Chalukya, the next dynasty was of Rashtrakutas. The word Rashtrakuta brings the memory of Kaviraja Marga, Pampa and Kailashnath temple of Ellora. So these are the memorable places or things that belongs to Rashtrakutas period. So first we have the memorable, that is Kaviraja Marga. So this is the first available book in Kannada. We have come across it while studying the Durvinatha of Gangas. So students, this is the first book we can say. Which book? That is Kaviraja Marga. It is in Kannada. So it is a book of criticism. Here students, criticism is nothing but judging or saying, for example, we are not good in the things, but we are judging others to do these and like that, these things. We can say nothing but saying against words, gossip we can say. So it was written in 1200 years ago during the reign of Amogavarsha Nrupatunga. So it was written by Sri Vijaya. This is the oldest Kannada literary work till today. So students, here Kaviraja Marga was only first we can say available Kannada book. So it is a book of criticism, saying judging book. So it was written in the year 12 years ago. So during the reign of Amogavarsha Nrupatunga. So it was written by Sri Vijaya. Kaviraja Marga was the book wrote by Sri Vijaya. So this is the oldest Kannada literary work till today. A book of criticism analyzes the languages, style and meter, etc. In this book, students, we can say criticism book is nothing but in that we can see the languages, style and meter, etc. for the things, for the monuments, for whatever they wrote now, in that in details we can see these things. So next we have that is a memorable thing, another, that is Pampa. So here Pampa is a great Kannada poet. He wrote epic poetry in Kannada for the first time. Therefore, he is called Adi Kavi. So the first poet of Kannada. Adi Kavi is nothing but first poet of Kannada. So the poetries written before Pampa are not yet available. The poetries were written before Pampa was not yet available. So the Pampa was the court of Arikesari of Vimulavada. Pampa was in the court of Arikesari of Vimulavada. In this kingdom, he was a court. In this court, we can say the minister in this court. So next we have that is Arikesari was a feudal king of Rashtrakutas. So Pampa was written two famous poems, namely Adipurana and Vikramarjuna Vijaya. Who wrote two books, students? Adipurana and Vikramarjuna Vijaya? Pampa. So Vikramarjuna Vijaya is also called Pampa Bharata and narrates the story of Mahabharata. So this has influenced the other poets very much. Punna, who belonged to the same period, is also a famous poet of Kannada literature. So students, here the great poet of Kannada, that is Pampa, he wrote two poems, that is Adipurana and Vikramarjuna Vijaya, and here Vikramarjuna Vijaya is also called Pampa Bharata and narrates the story of Mahabharata. We can see in that book epics are there of Mahabharata and Ramayana. So it has been discussed in the book of Pampa. So this has influenced the other poets very much. It has been inspired. So the Punna, who belonged to the same period, is also a famous poet of Kannada literature. So here students, you can see the famous memorable monument of Rashtrakutas, that is Kailashnath temple of Ellora. The image is there visible to you. You can see how beautiful they had been designed. So you can see in that on the temple of walls the paintings is the architecture is also there, isn't it, students? So next we have that is Mahesha Elephanta, also called Trimurti. Mahesha, this you can see here that image is there of architecture. Students, here it is known as Mahesha Elephanta and also called Trimurti. So here students, next Ellora and Elephanta. The Kailasnath temple of Ellora is built by cutting 100 feet of all single rock. Here students, the Ellora temple has been designed in single stone. Okay, Krishna first, a Rashtrakuta king, built it. Who built the Ellora temple? Here Krishna first. So we cannot see such a wonderful architecture anywhere else in the world. It is also a feast to eyes. Among the statues there, Ravana lifting the Kailasa Parvata is very beautiful. Students, here Kailasa Parvata is nothing but a mountain. It is a mountain. So here Ravana lifting. He is lifting that a mountain. It has been also designed. It has been very beautiful statue you can see in this. So many parts of present Maharashtra belong to the Rashtrakuta Empire. Ellora and Elephanta caves are in Maharashtra. In Maharashtra, students, it is in Aurangabad. So we can see the grandeur of Rashtrakuta sculpture in Elephanta Cave Temple. Elephanta is a small island near Mumbai port where one can see the huge and wonderful statue of three-faced Mahesha Murti. Here students, we can see the gardener of Rashtrakuta sculpture in Elephanta Cave Temple. Elephanta Cave Temple is a small island near Mumbai port where one can see the huge and wonderful statue of three-faced Mahesha Murti. So here students, you can see it is in Mumbai. So famous kings, that is Dhruva is the first famous king of Rashtrakutas. So he made a conquest over North India. His son was Govinda III. So here students, the famous king of Rashtrakutas was Dhruva, and here he made a conquest over North India also. Though he was a king of South India, so he made a conquest to North India also. So his son was Govinda III. Now let us see about his son Govinda III in details. Govinda III is the most famous among the Rashtrakutas. He had mastered complete South India. So he stretched his military power till the valleys of Himalayas. His achievements are mentioned in the inscriptions of that time. It is mentioned that his war elephants tasted the water of river Ganga. See how beautiful it is. Here students, Govinda III is the famous among the Rashtrakutas, famous king. So he had mastered complete South India. So he was knowing about completely South India, and he stretched his military power till the valleys of Himalayas. So here students, it is in north. So his achievement are mentioned in the inscription of that time. During that time, the inscription which has been wrote in that about him is also mentioned. So it is mentioned that his war elephant tasted water of river Ganga. So here students, next we have Amogavarsha Nrupatunga. Nrupatunga is the son of Govinda III. He was coronated when he was only 14 years old. He ruled for more than 60 years. He came to the throne in here students while he was only 14 years old. So he ruled for more than 60 years. He himself was a great scholar, and he had Sri Vijaya, another scholar, in his court. So Nrupatunga was much interested in the welfare of his subjects. He built Maniaketa city, present Malakheda of Kalaburgi district, and this became the capital of Rashtrakutas. A traveller from Arabia, Sulaiman, has described that Rashtrakutas empire was one of the 4 large empires of the world. The remaining are Roman, Arab and Chinese empires. So students, here, while Amogavarsha Nrupatunga was much interested in the welfare of his subjects, whatever he wanted to do, he was interested in that things, whatever his aim was. So here students, he built Maniaketa city. Here students, Maniaketa city is nothing but it is a present Malakheda of Kalaburgi. We can see it is near to Sedar. So and this became the capital of Rashtrakutas. Malakheda of present of Kalaburgi, it has become the capital of Rashtrakutas. The traveller from Arabia, Sulaiman, has described that Rashtrakutas empire was one among the 4 large empires of the world. Here students, One is here Rashtrakutas. The another three were Roman, Arab, Chinese empires. These were the four, we can say four important or four large empires of the world. Which are the four empires of the world, students? Large: Roman, Arab, Chinese and Rashtrakutas. Next we have that is Krishna III. During the reign of Krishna III, the Rashtrakutas empire attained a very important position in Indian politics. Krishna defeated the Cholas and stretched his empire till Rameshwaram. So there he built a pillar of success and a temple. He defeated Pandyas and Shiraz. He collected ransom from the king of Simhala. He did his conquest even in North India. A famous poet called Punna was given shelter by Krishna. After Krishna III, the Rashtrakuta empire started declining. So here students, the last king of Rashtrakutas was Krishna III. So during the reign of Krishna III, the Rashtrakuta empire attained a very important position in Indian politics. So Krishna defeated the Cholas and stretched his empire till Rameshwaram. He defeated Cholas and he stretched till his empire till the Rameshwaram. So there he built a pillar of success of a temple where then he reached to Rameshwaram. So he defeated Pandyas and Shiraz. He collected ransom from the kings of Simhala. So ransom, it is nothing but students, if he defeated the king of that place, so the king has to pay half of his benefits to the by whom he has been defeated. So a famous poet called Punna was given shelter by Krishna. Here the famous poet called Punna was given shelter by Krishna. After Krishna III, the Rashtrakutas dynasty started declining. So here you can see the images there of Rashtrakutas empire. The yellow field color is there on the map, that it has been rolled under the Rashtrakutas. So religion, Rashtrakutas were Vedikas and followed Shaiva and Vaishnava trends. So inscription give information about Rashtrakutas king, giving donation to Buddhism and Kanheri. Even Jainism was very popular at that time. Amoghavasha encouraged Jainism very much. Because of Rashtrakutas had trade relations with Arab, Islam religion was popular in coastal areas. So the Rashtrakutas appointed Muslim officers in their court. Religious tolerance was maintained by Rashtrakutas. So here students, about the religions of Rashtrakutas, you can see in the field of religion, Rashtrakutas were Vedikas, those who have knowledge more, and they followed Shaiva and Vaishnava trends. So inscriptions give information about Rashtrakutas kings giving donations to Buddhism at Kanheri. Though they used to follow Shaiva, but then also they have donated to Buddhism at Kanheri also. So even Jainism was very popular at that time. So Amoghavasha encouraged Jainism very much because Rashtrakutas had trade relations with Arab. Islam religions was popular in coastal areas. So Rashtrakutas appointed Muslim officers in their court because he was having the trade relations with the Arabs and all. In the country of Arab students, we can see only the Muslim peoples are there. Because of that, he appointed Amoghavasha appointed Muslims officers in his court also to have good relations. So next, the religious tolerance was maintained by Rashtrakutas. So next you have exercise students, that is fill in the blanks with suitable words. First available book in Kannada is dash. Adikavi of Kannada is dash. Dash temple of Ellora is built in single stone. Answer the following in one sentences each. Name the famous poets of Rashtrakuta period. Which were the important centers of Rashtrakutas architecture? Name the works of Pampa. Make a list of the famous kings of Rashtrakutas dynasty. What has Suleiman written about the Rashtrakutas? So next we have that is discuss in group and answer. Long answers. Write a short note on Amoghavasha. Describe the military achievements of Krishna III. So next we have students Chalukyas of Kalyana. So here students, in this, after the decline of Rashtrakutas, the Chalukyas once again gained power and made Basva Kalyan near Bidar at their capital. So because of these, they are called Kalyana Chalukyas. Tailapa II is the first king of this dynasty. Vikramaditya sixth is the famous king of Kalyana Chalukya. So students, after the decline of Rashtrakutas, the Chalukyas once again gained power and made Basva Kalyan near Bidar as their capital. Because of these, they are called Kalyana Chalukyas. Tailapa II is a famous king of this dynasty. Vikramaditya VI is the famous king of Kalyana Chalukyas. So now let us see in details about the famous king of Kalyana Chalukyas, that is Vikramaditya VI. He ruled for a long time and the Chalukya's empire progressed a lot during this reign. He started Chalukya's Vikrama Sheikh in memory of his power. So he gave shelter to many scholars. One of them was Pandit Bilhana, who wrote Vikramadeva Charita. So this is the biography of Vikramaditya. Vignaneshwara was another famous scholar who wrote Mithakshwara Samhiti. This gives descriptions about Hindu's law system. So students, in details we will discuss this in next class. So if you have any doubt and any question relating to this topic which I explained you can ask me. So students, solve this exercise about the Rashtrakutas. So thank you for watching my students video.